Welcome back to another episode of Off Pitch 74. I am Kat, joined with
Dianne.
I don't like your
the way
voicemail.
I say my name. I know, my voicemail is really awkward.
Dianne.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get better at these intros.
Or we won't.
And
it's just part of it.
Yeah, so we're gearing up today. We will be talking to Matt Bersano ahead of our game coming up this Saturday. We are playing LAFC for the first time ever here at Avaya Stadium. So I'm really excited for that game, really looking forward to it. I know LAFC is bringing a ton of supporters up here, so if you don't have your tickets yet, go out, get them. It's going to be a really exciting game because we're also celebrating Pride Night as well. So first 5,000 people through the door get Pride sunglasses presented by Wells Fargo. So usually Pride Night is one of our biggest nights. We usually go through those giveaways pretty quick. So again, get here earlier. Game kicks off at 7:15 p.m.
Pride is really fun. Those have always been one of my favorite games because we always have a DJ out there. This year we have St. John.
And it's St. John.
Was he last year? Yeah. Because it was just really fun, and the epicenter was really fun. And the Pride community always brings out really cool activations and stuff in the epicenter. So I'm looking forward to it too.
All right, let's get this started.
Yeah. So you are doing something that's playing for Pride, or just like something with minutes, or
what? Is this an actual question?
Yeah.
Okay.
We heard about it in the office, so that's all we would ask you about it.
Okay.
We don't know much about it, so we want you to explain it.
Oh, what the Playing for Pride is?
Yes.
Okay, so
you're doing a thing called Playing for Pride.
Playing for Pride, yes. It is an organization. Last year they did it. It's just for human rights for the LGBTQ community and stuff. Last year they did it like in connection to human rights activist program. This year they're doing it with a program called Athlete Ally, and it's like a donation-based situation. They want fans to try to match whatever you donate in the sense of, I think I'm doing $5 per roster for any game. So this weekend in Chicago is $5. If I go in the game, $7 more. And if we were to get a shutout, and then for this, I kind of want to do a team shutout. So if the team gets a shutout anyways, it'll be $10. So I think this last week was $5 for me. Wando's, he's also in it because I believe that there's over 100 players throughout the league in the leagues. So there's USL, MLS, and NWSL. There's even some PDL that are involved as well. And I know some colleges. Kind of cool. Just seemed like a really cool program. A guy from North Carolina FC started it. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I think it's like Austin Deleuze or Austin Deleuze, and he started it last year, and they got like $13,000, I think, and this year they're already at $2,000. It's not even week one over.
Does it run through the month?
Yeah, whole month. So for every game for this, so like we got the Open Cup on Wednesday, we got 4 games in this last week or whatever, so 2 weeks. So it's just a huge opportunity, and I mean, if you can't support it in the financial part, I mean, just even spreading the tweets and getting more people just involved in this month is kind of the whole goal, I believe.
So if people go to your social media, can they find information?
Yeah, so I just put out a tweet this last on June 1st, I believe, when we were in Chicago, and it has the thing to go to donate, it has the program, it talks about Playing for Pride, has that tagged in there too if you guys want to read more about it. But yeah, it's just kind of just to spread it all throughout the community as much as you can, because obviously you want to give it more time than a month, but this month is the perfect opportunity to bring it to light.
Yeah, definitely.
How did you get involved with it? Someone approached you, or why was it important for you to, jump on with it?
So I saw it last year, and then it's kind of funny, it's like how your mind works in the sense I saw it, and I remembered seeing it last year, but I saw it too late. I saw it after it was done, putting out the stuff about it, because I wasn't a huge Twitter guy last year as much, and that was kind of where its like format was. Yeah. And so the minute that I saw it this year, it was like the start of May. My parents were in town actually, and we were sitting there talking at dinner, and I was like, oh, this program's going to be out for the next month, so let's get involved. I mean, any way I can. I mean, whether it's a money thing or whether it's just spreading the awareness. I was like, let's bring it out just so we can get it better for the community.
Well, that's awesome. I think it's a good thing for our fans to know, so if they can go check out your Twitter page, Wando's Twitter page, everyone definitely check it out. Learn a little bit more about it, and so we'll definitely be rooting for you guys and looking at all the money that you guys raised this month.
No, definitely. Let's try to get some wins, some shutouts, because I know Wando's doing a team win one, and he's doing for his goals too, so it kind of just can cross off a bunch of birds with that stone if that works. And then I know that there's actually like a Quakes Twitter that is it's called Quakes Pride or whatever. I saw it got made either yesterday or the day before. Somebody in the fan or somebody made it, I don't know, but it's kind of cool just to see that kind of grow. I mean, because whether that was there 2 weeks ago, it's irrelevant. It's there now. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Mm-hmm. So Matt, can you give us a little bit background on yourself, just for people listening here and everything? I have families, friends who like listen to this podcast don't know a lot about the team, a lot about the players. So can you just give us a little bit of background of yourself, how long you've been with the team?
Yeah.
Everything like that.
So I originally was from Arizona, born and raised in Tempe, Arizona. Yeah. And I went to my undergrad at the Oregon State University, and then I graduated, then transferred for the start of my grad school at Pennsylvania State University. And then I was a homegrown for Salt Lake I've been with them since like 2010, and then ended up having some stuff go down because it's just how the league works sometimes, and then ended up in Seattle for my first year in 2016. I was doing stuff with the second team and the first team every day, and then from Seattle got brought into preseason here last year, signed in March, and been here ever since.
Nice. How have you been liking your year here in San Jose?
It's cool. It's really cool because I was lucky enough last year, because sometimes when you're the third in the situation, you can just sit for a lot of the time, and that can be very tough because when you're not traveling with the team, you're not doing stuff like that. I was lucky enough for it to be the first year that there was the connection with Reno, and so I got to go down and I got to play 30 games for Reno, and so I had no complaints on that. I mean, the travel was a lot, all that type of stuff, but I experienced a ton in that year that I never would have gotten if there wasn't that connection with that second team. So I'm super thankful for that. And then this year's been cool to move up to the 2 spot, be able to do all the MLS trips and support Tarbell and support the rest of the guys. It's cool to see JT go down and the Reno team on a 9-game unbeaten streak, for them to do well. That's huge, because it's just, you want everybody in the organization to do well, and that leads to success everywhere. So
just curious, because I've been to Reno a few times. Like, I grew up here in San Jose, so go to Tahoe a lot.
Yeah.
Make our way over to Reno.
Okay.
When you're living there, what are things you guys do in your downtime in Reno? Like, I don't know what really goes on there outside of like casinos and like circus and playing in the arcade games. Like, even if I go, like, the casinos are fun, but that arcade is top notch.
There's a lot of bright lights for sure in Reno, definitely. But the mountain scenery behind it is incredible. So if we had a day off, if I was there, because I wasn't there for many day offs last year, so I was going back and forth every week. Every single Sunday I was back here, and then every Thursday I was there, and we'd play Friday, game Saturday, back Sunday. So I didn't get too much of that, but went to Tahoe this year. That was awesome. Got to cross that one off the list. That is just a sight to see, because it's kind of like the Grand Canyon. You've heard it, you've seen it in a bunch of pictures and stuff, but once you go there and you see it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Yeah. So that was awesome. And then a lot of the downtime, I mean, the river is right next to the hotel we stay at. Okay. So there's the river right there. There's a little downtown area, so there's a bunch of like Tuesdays there's a place called The Stick, has like 25-cent wings. So definitely throwing down like 32.
So what do you spend total there?
Yeah. So I mean, if you're spending $15, you had a decent night, you know. But
you're not feeling too good the next day. But you had a great night.
Sometimes Wednesday's off there, so they will train on Tuesday, train really hard on Tuesday, go to the Stick that night, and then Wednesday be off, so you get some time to recoup, you know. But yeah, that'd be one. I mean, they got a decent little movie there, Century Riverside, so they have $5 Tuesdays or something like that, you know. But that's what we do here too, so it's all good.
Yeah, like a little travel brochure for us.
Yeah, just go see the town. I don't know, just go for some walks. You never know.
Go for some walks.
Hit him up on Twitter for
really
knows.
Yeah, tour guide. I'm Matt. I'd be decent. Who wrote Willow Glen for Neighborhood Night? Do you guys know I moved?
Do you live in Willow Glen now?
Downtown.
Oh, cool. How do you like downtown?
It's okay. I'm right at the border of downtown. Like, when you're like going in, you take a turn, and when you're on this road, you're like, am I going to the right spot? And then you end up there, and you're at the right spot. But I
feel like that's every downtown. You're like, I feel like I'm going into some sketchy neighborhood, and then all of a sudden it opens up, like, okay,
you're
we're
like,
in the
I'm
right
under a bridge. I don't know where I'm at, and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, what a great apartment complex. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's where I live.
So this was deceiving.
Yeah.
And then you live with Luis
Felipe Rodriguez. Yes.
Full name.
Yeah.
Do you guys refer to each other as your full name
probably
the entire
4
time?
other names in there too.
What's your middle name?
My name? Matthew Kelly Bersano.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Does he call you that?
No.
Only when you're in trouble.
Yeah. It's like my mom. Matthew Kelly. Yeah. No, he doesn't. His broken English, I don't know if he could get the Kelly in there too as well, you know. Support
That's next month's lesson.
Yeah.
So I follow you on social media, and you'll post about him
sorry.
singing or something?
Yeah.
Go on.
He's not the
you
best.
You take it from here.
He's not the most talented singer that there is, but he gives a performance.
A for effort.
Yeah, he gives a performance, so he keeps you involved the whole time. for sure.
Does he take requests? Do you have a little suggestion for him?
Yeah, I'll get responses to some of the Snap stories or Instagram stories. I put a little more of it on Snapchat because I feel bad for all the Instagram people that are watching, because sometimes it's just not what you want to hear on like 3 p.m. on a Tuesday or Wednesday, you know. But
that's when you're doing karaoke.
I don't know. It's honestly, I mean, we had to.
I mean, their work schedule's a lot different than our work schedule.
Monday at 2:00.
It is different. Yeah,
that's their happy hour.
He it originally saw it. If you saw the what is it? It's like a solo karaoke mic. One of my cousins, who's actually a phenomenal singer, she put up a bunch of Instagram stories of like her jokingly buying this or whatever. And while I was showing him, because I feel like, oh, he'd think this was funny. By the time I was done showing him the stories, he had already bought it on Amazon.
Talk about an impulse
So
buy.
it was there. And like next thing you know, like a day later, he's like, oh, you got to go check the mail. My phone's here. And I was like, stop.
Just like waiting at the door for his delivery.
Yeah, and he knew exactly. And he's like, yeah, it says it's here. It's a Sunday, but it said it came. And then, yeah. He had the microphone, and within that, I believe we've used enough time to charge it twice. So
okay, to be fair though, like to him, I think I follow him on social media. I think I saw you singing while he was trying to watch TV.
See, that's all about presentation there, you know.
Oh, was it the editing? Was it
bad
editing?
I was just gonna say,
because that wasn't the first time recording that of him doing, hey bro, I'm watching TV, you know what I mean? So sometimes, and the performance was top notch. So
I can't remember the song. I want to say it was like Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Yeah, Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
You remember it well, okay.
I sang it so loud that you didn't realize I said the wrong word. So that's what matters.
What did you say? How'd you mess up the lyrics?
It was like...
It's like a pretty well-known song.
It was like Way Up High was what I sang, and it was Bluebirds Fly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was deeper into the song, and that was like the third.
Yeah, it changes.
Yeah, but I did it loud enough that you wouldn't know, but I knew the whole time watching it, and I was like,
only a great performer knows that trick.
Yeah.
You just sing louder to trick everyone.
So you saw the lights behind the TV.
I did.
Too.
That was very cool.
It's a super college purchase, but he is 22, so it was one of those where we kind of
I feel like you guys could start charging people. I mean, people pay to go like karaoke rooms.
We
have it all right now.
That's the one thing that we haven't found here in San Jose. We haven't found a good karaoke spot.
Oh.
So is there places?
Let us tell you.
What do you guys do?
In Japantown, Seven Bamboo.
Yes.
That place. But okay, like people are good there though.
Yeah,
like
they're
actually
really good. Even
like
the bartender went up one time. There was nobody in there, and I was with a group of friends. And she was like, well, we were like, if you sing, then one of us will sing.
Oh, and then
we thought she went up there and just killed it. And we were like, never mind. We'll buy you a drink.
Yeah.
She was so good.
I don't know if I can handle that kind of pressure with my my speaking, my verbal, singing. I don't think I got that in the tank.
I think you just wrapped it up in one
Yeah.
sentence there.
I don't think I have that.
Dianne killed it when we went.
Yeah, all right. What song did you sing?
I did Love on Top by Beyonce.
It's like a 7-minute song.
Sheesh.
You just got to work the crowd.
One of my best, I think, was I did.
It's so funny.
You ever done Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Oh,
Tyler? Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, there were levels.
That gets the crowd into it.
That we did an Aladdin one time.
Did you do it as a duet?
Yeah.
Were you both?
That was my friend Kyrie Shelton from Sporting Kansas City. It was awesome. Yeah.
Were you the role of Aladdin or Jasmine?
I'm gonna be honest. There was no specified role. We kind of just whoever remembered this part of the song. Go.
You just naturally felt Jasmine.
Yeah, because sometimes you forget that there's the actual words on the screen, and you just facing the crowd.
You just feel it so much, and you just had to keep going.
Yeah, I was just flying a whole new world.
Luckily, every time we've gone to Seven Bamboo, they've never gotten down to my name.
Okay.
There's a long wait list.
Yeah.
We waited like 2 hours.
Is there like
one
a
time.
night, like a
every
Tuesday?
night?
Every night.
Early. It's
every
only
night.
like the size of this room too. It's really small.
Oh, so the acoustics are fantastic.
Oh. That's why we go there. We test out every bar for the acoustics.
We just go in and yell.
Gotcha.
I've walked out of some bars because I'm like, the acoustics in here, I just cannot do it.
This isn't my spot. I know it's not my spot.
It is fun. You should check it out.
All right. I'll tell Luis.
Put on a good duet and let us know. We'll get a table right in front.
Did you watch our carpool karaoke in Reno?
No.
It was shocking. Don't do it. It was,
Well, now.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to Google it. Sam, can you pull it up, please?
It was tough. I would say we did about 45 minutes of footage, and they made a video that was 2 minutes long, and I'm thinking it was a critique of our singing. I'm going to be honest.
Like there wasn't like that much usable footage?
Yeah, because it was pretty bad from like a lot of, it wasn't our best.
It's all garbage. Only 2 minutes will work.
I know. And it was half it's talking, so that's when you just know.
Well, hey, you guys just got to practice, and
there's still time.
You can aspire to be a great carpool karaoke.
There's a future.
One day.
There's a future in that.
One day you can do the national anthem for the game.
Hey,
Have you heard him do it? I think I have a video of him doing it on my phone, to be honest.
The national anthem?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't want to put it on these speakers. It might break it. I think it's in there. I got it right here. I can pull it out.
Poor guy, he's like not here to defend himself.
I can pull it out.
I know so much about him already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it on here?
How did you guys end up rooming together?
Wait.
It's like an opera.
See, I told you, he puts on a show. Yeah.
Did you ask him to do that?
No, I was just watching the show. See, I'm telling you, it just happens. When it's there, he turns it on.
When you
the best
feel it,
is
you
the
can't
voice.
turn it off,
when he presses the power button, it automatically connects to Bluetooth, and I can hear the accent of the woman who's like, Bluetooth is connecting. And I'm like, and I know, because he's in the other room. And I'm like, that means he's coming in here. And then you hear music playing, and you're like, pause. Let me see it. You know, like, yeah, so that happens.
Have you ever just come home one day and he's just sitting there karaokeing by himself?
No, that was a ukulele purchase. He bought a ukulele about a month ago, and I came home one day and I was outside trying to unlock the door, and I heard strumming, and I was like, "What the heck is this, man?" Yeah, but it happens. What was your question though? How did we become roommates?
Yeah.
We had played together so much last year with Reno, and it was one of those things in the off season when my option got picked up and I knew about his signing was going to happen, and it was one of those where we were like, let's do it, man. Let's connect. Yeah. So, because we weren't sure, I mean, obviously who was going to be going down to Reno this year, what we were going to do with that kind of stuff. So we were like, might as well save some money and maybe get a nicer apartment together than each getting one on our own. And for him, right now, he's in Reno for this whole week. And so times like these, it gets kind of frustrating when you own a one bedroom and you're paying for it and you're staying in a hotel in Reno for half of the month. Right. It's just a bummer from an economic standpoint. But so we just kind of banded together and got a place. And it was cool. Came in January 20th, had the place by the 24th, I think. So yeah, it was nice. Yeah, great spot too. So it's kind of just worked out.
It's a gift to us all now.
Yeah, and we try to we do it for the people.
So you have an apartment here, but you also own a house, right?
Yes.
Do you own it here, or do you own it back in Arizona?
It's in Arizona. I bought that on October 31st of last year, and it was a major fixer-upper that hadn't been lived in 5 years. And myself, knowing nothing about how to remodel houses, was like, we should remodel this house. So
why not? Never done it before. Let's do it.
Yeah, I had one of the blessings I had at the time was time. And that is something that a lot of people don't have. And so I had 10 hours a day that I could be working on a house. And so stuff might have taken me a bit longer than it would take somebody else, but I was able to, within help from my mom and dad were a huge help in Arizona. And then my brother helped a bit because he's actually living there. My brother, his wife, and their about to be 1-year-old are living there. And then when I go back in the off season, I have a bedroom as well because it's my house. But,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Because I own it. So.
Yeah. But they're living in it. So they're renting out basically 2/3 of it type of thing. And then, so it's my primary residence back in Arizona. And then, the remodel was crazy. I had the same friend from Sporting Kansas City flew in for 21 days, and those Instagram stories were nuts of us doing the remodel. I don't know if you were paying attention.
I saw demolition stuff.
Yeah, there was a lot of demo. We raised the ceiling in the kitchen 8 inches, so we took out everything in the kitchen because we redid the whole entire kitchen. We did it all ourselves, so it was kind of nuts. We redid everything, lifted the air conditioning units up 8 inches, then redid the whole drywall ceiling. It was nuts. Yeah.
Did you have
IKEA furniture?
Yeah. I had to do. I'm still a little sensitive about that. I had to do the whole kitchen was IKEA furniture. It was 14.
So sorry.
14 cabinets of IKEA furniture, and that is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Putting that stuff in a perfectly level way. It's no joke.
I just bought brand new bedroom furniture from IKEA. Yeah. And I took a day off last week to just sit there by myself and put it together because I was getting so frustrated.
You need 4 hands for that one because the bed frame and all this other stuff, it's nuts. It's
awful. But it looks good now.
No, that's all that matters, So yeah, definitely. But yeah, it was a ton of work, but it was really cool, and it was exactly what I needed in the off season because it made me come back here because I had a pretty good system. I was lifting from Monday to Friday. I was lifting every morning. Or lifting or doing some sort of workout at 8 a.m. at this gym back in Arizona that I was going at that one of my friends owns. And then from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. I was working on the house every day, and then whoever could come over and help. But other than that, it was me just plugging along. It was cool.
Do you watch HGTV now with like such a deeper appreciation?
Honestly, I didn't. I mean, I'd seen shows and stuff like that. It was always my mom's thing, was watching the Fixer Upper.
Your mom and I have a lot in
stuff.
common.
Yeah, I'm never home when I'm watching Netflix all the time. But I definitely appreciate stuff. Like when we went to where are we at? The place we were just in for LA. Like I was sitting there and I was like, this is laminate flooring. And because I was watching the remodel, because when we were there in preseason, they were doing a lot of the work, and I was like, interesting way to do it. But they do it. They do it in such a mass way.
Redoing the bars.
Yeah, it's amazing now when it's finished. But when we were there for that preseason, it was
we went down to the game in August, and everything was like just shut down.
Yeah, they were like throwing free stuff at you because they were like, well, this whole thing's under
construction. Like, you want a Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar? Like, I'll take 20.
It was still like that until when we were in preseason there in February. It was still like that, and then all of a sudden we came back this time, and I was like, wow, this turned out amazing. But it's kind of cool. You just see a bunch of stuff. Like you notice, like even like with floorboards and stuff like that. Like you're like, could have been lower, but whatever. Yeah, just
like such a critic now.
What's up?
Close out with Matthew.
With me?
Matt, why don't you take us out on this one?
Wait, so is it an outro or an intro?
Outro.
Outro?
Just say goodbye to everybody.
Okay, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in to my podcast, and I want to thank my guests, Kat and Dianne, for everything they did for me tonight. I think you guys were great with the questions.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, no, it was an absolute pleasure. Guys, check in next week when we bring in, who's the guest next week? We have one? Luis? All right. Yeah, and he'll have videos of me, so check in for that one too. Jose, can you see? You know? Fair?
That was great. Thank you.
All right. No, thanks, guys, for having me. I really appreciate it.
You guys need to do like a video series, like taking some of these guys to karaoke, just like